been a popular mascot for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which they seemingly without effort glide through the air. Well, there will be plenty of effort in this one because when two birds get together and start clawing at each other, feathers are bound to fly. Welcome to spectacular Boca Raton, Florida, Flagler Credit Union Stadium, home to the Florida Atlantic Owls. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Eastern Michigan Eagles, taking on a squad from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Eagles offense will get the ball first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Kim. It's caught. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
Good route running by the receiver on that corner route. Was really able to make a sharp break and then run toward the open hole in the defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. The run from the shotgun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll do it himself. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Under fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. So the Florida Atlantic Owls offense will go to work for the first time today. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Owls come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
The Eagles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, it's Kim. That's caught, it's Lockett. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it because he really didn't have a choice because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Hard running there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
This time, stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Kim. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McMillan. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. He's got it and still on his feet. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I really like this offense staying aggressive. They were in field goal range, but nice job on 3rd down. Forget that. Let's go get the 1st down. Let's throw the football. Nice read, nice catch. Now set up with a 1st and goal situation.
He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He got it. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Caught in the backfield, it's Messer. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll run play action. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end. Wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Kim. Throwing right. It's complete. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Eagles can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
Yeah, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Eagles lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. Listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays, but he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Catch in the middle, it's McGee. He's brought down, good pickup on the play, but not quite to the 15-yard line. That's where he had to get for the 1st down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Never a doubt. That'll give them an early 6-0 lead.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. Got a man. It's Sands. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Sands. Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Sands. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Wants to throw again. Fires to the big fella. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got the quick pass. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Tight end now in motion. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Right back to the well. Shakes off the defender. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. If you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Extra point here will give them the lead. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his spot. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida Atlantic has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Makes the grab. It's Rooks. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. To throw, it's Kim. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Off play action. Right down the middle. This time he's got his man. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. Got room at the 35. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Rooks. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
The Eagles have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Pulls and fires complete. Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Eagles! These two two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. Gonna take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Finds a little space. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Sands. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Plays like that with just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And nice job by the defense. 1st and goal situation, you can expect run a lot of the times. They were physical, got in the backfield, stuffed the run.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. He'll do it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point gives them the lead of 14-13. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Unloads quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
They've got a chance to get out from their own end. 2nd and 6 from the 18. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying play action. That pass is incomplete.
Well, offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, you know, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
Dropping back, it's Kim. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They're going to run it. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through it. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. He's open on the right. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Off the play fake on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The play action fake. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Sweet cut there. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quick completion to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Got the quick completion. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Eastern Michigan going fast. Running to Green. So now it's second and long. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
With the catch, it's Lockett.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Eagles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Kim. Pocket breaking down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Well, after having to punt on their last drive in the opponent's territory, it looked like things were finally going positively offensively this drive. And then it stalls out at the very end because they give up the sack. I think in critical down and distances, they just have got to be better with execution, making sure they have the right play call on and getting rid of the football on time. But back-to-back punts, no bueno for this offense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught behind the line. It's McMillan. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Fires to the wideout. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And the QB going with a little bit of touch, trying to feather that thing up in the air and give his receiver a chance to go up high and try to get over top of the defender. Nice job by the defense seeing the football, breaking on it, and getting the ball on the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Now the play fake. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Down to 2 minutes to play in the first half, and it has been a dandy. A chance to perhaps get this game tied up before the break. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
Got it behind the line. It's Messer. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
And the Owls, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Platt.
The beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
The Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run play action. He's got an open man. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Man, and tight Tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And the Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Motion from the wideout. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man in the middle. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Florida Atlantic.
Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Boca Raton. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Howard Schnellenberger Field.
Eastern Michigan will kick it deep to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Over the top. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Owls, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Motion from the wide receiver. Grabbed behind the line. It's Platt. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quick handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man across the middle. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They're dealing with a second and long. Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on third down.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And that will extend their lead even further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Wheeler. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Off play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
The Eagles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wants to throw. It's Kim. Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air on second down. Fires to the right. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir, no mas. Get it together.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Messer. Got enough space. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
This Florida Atlantic offense is on a roll. The give. Touchdown Owls. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Looking to throw, it's Kim. Grabbed over the middle, it's Rooks. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that throw.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. To the air on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
And the Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires left. Complete downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple of yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, 1st and goal.
A 1st down run in the red zone. He's going for the goal line. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic! And the beatdown has ensued.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes a handoff. It's McMillan. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
Gives it on the option. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the 1st down. Michigan will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. That's caught. It's clapped. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Is incomplete. Now, a 4th down.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It is good. And that lead grows even bigger. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they... And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
And the Eagles, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Kim. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires deep on the run. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. Man, these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the 1st down.
Got it in the middle. It's Messer. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So 1st down will open up the final period. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, if you're going to get 1st downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Looking for room. It's Sands. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Coming up, 4th down.
This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Absolutely perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner will be knocked down. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
On the option. Now the pitch. Crosses the 30. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
To the ground. He's got it again. creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
47. Second down coming up.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and still on his feet.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I just love the individual one-on-one effort by the defense there. Offense trying to go option, QB keeps it, but just too many defenders winning their one-on-one battles, defeating blocks, and getting the tackle for loss.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Kim. Going deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 2.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
PAT unit on the field.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good.
The extra point is good. That makes the score Florida Atlantic 47, Eastern Michigan 23.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And the Owls have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
And now you just completely flipped how I play defense. I'm not really worried about the quarterback running the football. I'm like, okay, he's number 3 or 4 on my list of who I think can beat me. But now he does that. Now it puts it in the back of my mind. I got to think about it. I got to stay home. I got to stay disciplined. Nice little curveball by the offense.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. He's got the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Grab behind the line. It's Terrell. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. Third in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that third down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The play action fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
From any spot on the field, they're a threat to get a chunk play, and they just did it. First and 10 from the 40. Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
From the gun, the running back has it. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8. trying to pick up a first down. Scanning the field, it's Kim. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab past the marker. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Wants to throw on first down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He's got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
If you're trying to throw these curl routes against zone coverage, you got to have great timing. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
The Eagles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Kim. Hauls it in. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
And the Eagles didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it in the middle. It's Rooks. Touchdown, Eagles! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Bangs it through for an extra point. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. He'll do it himself. Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He is the playmaker on this offense. I got to go stop him.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Messer. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Now on second down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it on the move. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called.
Pass interference. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And I tell you what, these big-body tight ends that can catch the football in the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You know, usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, he'll do the rest.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further. That last score just a little icing on the cake in this one as they get set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Dropping back, it's Kim. Caught over the middle, it's Rooks. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's McMillan. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The Eagles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Brooks. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over.